Welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to be discussed about the enumerations in Java data structure. Before the version of JDK5, there lacked one feature that many programmers felt was needed. This is the enumeration. It is a list of name constants. It is supported by the most other programming language through the Java offers the similar types of the features that provide somewhat similar functionality as such as the final variable. Still, programmers are in a eager need of the concept of enumerations. In this lecture, we are going to be learn about what is enumerations and how it is used within Java programming language to do the different tasks. Before proceeding this lecture, we just need to know what is enumerations. Enumeration is a list of name constants, and these Java enumerations define a class type by making enumerations into the class. The concept of enumeration is greatly expanded in Java. The simplest form, Java enumerations, appear similar to the enumerations in the other language like C++ and the Ruby. Expected that the class play a major role in this concept, like here, the enum and the month. So, the enum month is a user-defined data type here, and when just write January, February, March, and April. So these are the user values of the user defined data types. And you can see the enum here. So this is a keyword for this language. So enumeration is used using the keyword which is enum, as you can see here. So the enumerations interface defines the method by which you can enumerate the elements in collection of the objects. The legacy interface has been superseded by iterator, although not deprecated. Enumeration is considered obsolete of the new code. However, it is used by several methods defined by the legacy classes, such as vector and the property, is used by several other API classes, and it's currently in wide separate use in application code. Here, the two different methods to declare the enumeration by summarized. So here you can see boolean and has more, and this is has more elements. So when implemented, it must return the value while there are still more elements to extract, and false when all the elements have been enumerated. And the another method is object next element. So this return the next object in the enumeration as a generic object reference. So here we just go to the simple example of the enumerations. So here I just write enum and pl types, and means pl types mean the programming language types, and high level, so these are the values of the user defined data types, and then machine level, assembly, and middle level. So enumerations of a varieties of the programming language you can see here. So here the identifiers means level language, machine level language, etc. are called enumeration constants. So there are no semicolon with it. So each of them is implicitly declared as a public static final member of the programming language types, means PL types. Here you can see this one, enumerations. Hence, the language of the Java, these constants are referred to as self types, where self refers to enclosing the enumerations. Once the enumeration is defined, programmers can create a variables of its types. However, even through enumerations define a class types, programmers do not initiate an enumeration using the new. Instead, they declare and use the enumerations variables like that of the primitive data types as used before. Like here I just write programming language types and then lang, and then lang which is equal to pl types dot assembly. Means we have the pl types which are languages, and then languages which is equal to pl types, and the language name is assembly here. So this declare the language as a variables of enum types pl types like this here, and you can see. Now I just write if, and then lang which is equal to pl types dot machine level, and close this code here. So these are the two enumeration constant can be compared for checking the equality by the use of is equal to relational operator. For example, this compares the value of the lang as a value machine level. So after that, here I just write switch and switch here, and then lang, and case assembly, and then case middle level. So here I just use switch to use the enum to control the switch cases. It is to be noted that an enumeration's value can also be used to control a switch statement. It is of course necessary that all of the case statement must be constant from the same enum as that used by the switch statement. So you can see here I mentioned switch case statement is a valid statement in Java. Now we just see the enum with values and values of method. Here you can see I just write public static enum type, and then here I just write values. Then public static enum and types, and then values of, and the values of string which are str. All enumerations automatically contain two predefined methods here, values and the values of. So these are the general forms and the statements of the value and the values of. Now here we just see the example of the enumerations in Java. Here I just take a package which is enumeration, and then in enumerations I just take an enumeration class, which is here I just write enumeration tester. So this is the enumeration class in Java, which is enumeration tester, and this is our package name. And here I just import the library which is java.util and vector, and util.vector, and another library which is import java.util and then enumeration. Okay, so here our in public enum which is a keyword, and then the class name which is public static void main, and then string arguments. And here I just write enumeration, and which is days. Okay, so this is the value of the user defined data types, and now here I just write vector and day names, which is equal to new vector. I just create the object and then days, which is name dot add, and the day's name is Sunday, and this is the day's names: second, third, fourth, five, six, and here I just write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So this is the day name here and the day name. So yes, now I just write here. I just call this enumeration, which are days. So days, which is equal to day name dot elements, and this is the names and element. Now here I just write the while loop. So while days dot has more elements, you can see here the has more element method in the enumeration. So now I just system dot out dot print line, and I just call this method in days method calling, which is days dot next element. Okay, so here as you can see I just create a enum, which is the name of the user defined data types and the keyword, and this is the user defined data type. And then the value of the user defined data types are the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And now so here you can find an error which is the enum, so I just change the enum with the class right now, and then I just run this code, which is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the Saturday. As you can see here, we have the variety of the days in our this program. Now we just see one another program with enumerations, and here I just write the class name, which is enum, and I just remove this code, and here I just write public enum, and enum is the enumeration tester. Now here I just write high level, machine level, assembly, and middle level. Okay, so these are the values of the user defined data types of the enumerations. I just remove these libraries, and here I just create a class which is the name of enum, and enum.java. Okay, now here I just define the public static void main and then strings arguments, and then here I just create the enum tester, and then language, and then system dot out dot println, and the println is here are list of constants, and then I just write enumerations tester, and here I just write all types, which are the array which is equal to enumerations dot values. And here I just use the for loop for the enumeration tester, which is a, and the colon of the all types. Okay, and then I just write here system dot out dot println, and the println here is a. So I just want to print the for loop of a, and a which is equal to all types. And then here I just write system dot out dot println, so it's a println, and the println is nothing, means empty. And then I just define lang, which is equal to enumerations tester dot values of. So here I just use the two methods, which is the value and the values of, and then I just pass the string as an assembly here, and then system dot out dot println, and the println here is values is, and then I just concatenate this variable which is lang, and I just run this code. So here, and you can see the value is the assembly, and this is the value is method, and then it is a middle level. You can see here it's a middle level, and then value is a assembly here. So now we just go to the another example of the enum in Java. Enumerations serve the purpose of representing a group of named constants in a programming language. For example, the four suits in a deck of playing card may be the four enumerators named club, which are diamond, heart, spade, and a club, belonging to an enumerated type's name, which is suit. Here we have another example, which is include natural enumerated types like the plant, days of the week, color, and directions, etc. Enums are used when we know all possible values at the compile time, such as choices on a menu, rounding modes, command line flags, etc. It is not necessary that the set of constants in a enum types stay fixed for all the time. In early since we just see in Java from 1.5, enums are represented using the enum data types. Java enums are more powerful than C or C++ enums. In Java, we can also add variables, methods, and constructor to it. You can see here we just add the variables and many of the methods which are the value of and values method. The main objective of the enum is to define our own data types, enumerate data types. We can see here this is our own data types here, and then we just call these data types here. Now we just see one another example on the enum, which is so simple, and then enumeration one, and here I just define the enum, and here I just write enum which is color, and now we have the public enum key and then the data types which is color. So we have the color red, green, blue, and it's red, green, and blue. Okay, so these are our three data types. So here I just declare the enum outside the any class, mean I just create a class name which is a color here. enum keyword instead of the class keyword I just define here, which is class, and then I just create a class which is test. Now driven method, which is public static void main and string arguments, and here color, which is c1, means color one, and I just create an object to it, so color dot, and I just call my data type which is red, and then system dot out dot print line, and the print line here is c1. So here I just write the keyword which is enum instead of class, but here I just write the keyword which is class. Now I just see the output, and here I just call the object only which is red here, and this is the output which is red. Now we just go to the enum and the inheritance. I just told you that we are used enum with inheritance and the constructor also. So all enums implicitly extend java.lang.enum class, as a class can only extend only parent in Java, as an enum cannot extend anything else. ToString method is overriding in java.lang.enum class, which return the enum constant name, and enum can implement many interfaces. Here enums used some of the methods I just use in my last examples, which are the values and the values of, and one another method which is ordinal method. These methods are present inside the java.lang.enum. So the values method can be used to return all values present inside the enums. Order in order is important in enum by using ordinal method. Each enum constant indexed can be found just like array indexed, and the value of the method return the enum constants of the specified string value if this value is exist. Now here we can see the enum example with inheritance. Here I just write package, and the package here is enum, and then inheritance, and where I just create a class, sorry, enum, which is same example color, and we have the red, green, blue color, and it's blue color. Okay, so this program is for demonstrate the working with our values, ordinal and the values of method. So here I just create data types which are red, green and blue. Now here the test class, and the test class here I just write the driven method or a main method which is public void main, and then strings arguments. Here I just call the value, means here the values, I just use a method which is values. Color, so it's a capital color, which is array index is equal to color dot values. So I just call my first method which is the values here. So this is get the values from our this color method class. Now I just use enum with loop, color and col, which is equal to array. And now I just call the ordinal method to find the index of the color. System.out.println, and the print line here is color plus, and here I just write at indexed plus color dot ordinal method, and just close this code here. Now I just write system.out.println, and the print line here is color dot values, value of method, and here I just pass the value which is red. So here I just use the values of to returns an object of the color with this given constant, and uncommitting second line causes exception, illegal argument exception. And here you can also use like system.out.println, which is a color dot values of blue and green. So I just run this code here, and color, and you can see red at the index 0, then green at the index 1. You can see here red at the index 0, so I just getting the indexing values of that, and then blue at the index 2, so 0 1 2, and then I just print my values of color is red. You can see here. So now we just see the another example with enum and the constructor, and the new package and enum constructor. Here I just create a enum, which is same example color. So enum can contain constructor, and it is executed separately for each enum constant at the time of enum class loading. We cannot create enum object explicitly, and hence we cannot invoke enum constructor directly. Remember that enum can constant constructor, and it has executed separately for each enum constant at the time of enum class loading in constructor, and we cannot create enum object explicitly, and hence we cannot invoke enum constructor directly in constructor. And here I just create this example with enum concrete method only. We have we have not used the abstract method in this example. So enum is a keyword, and then the data type is color, red, green, blue. Okay, then here I just create the constructor, which is private color, and then system.out.println, and then the print line is constructor card for, and then concatenate this dot to string. So this is enum constructor called separately for each constant, and you can see here I just define the enum, which is a keyword instead of class keyword, and this is the enum constructor, which is called the separately for each constructor. And then here I just write this dot to string. Now I just create the concrete means not abstract method, and here public void color, and color is a info here. and then system dot out print line, and the print line here is universal color. Okay, so this is only the concrete method. And then we just go to the class. So class is a test here, and then I just write the driven method or a main method, which is public static void main string arguments. Sorry, arguments. Color, which is c1, is equal to color dot red, and then system dot out dot system dot out dot print line, and the print line is c1, so it is print our this color only. Then c1 dot color info. So now I just run this code, and you can see, first of all, I just call the constructor for red, then green, then blue, and then this color, which is red. And then I just told you that this is the universal color. You can see here it is the main method, which is the color info of, and then I just call c1 dot color info. So this is the universal color here. So these are the some example of the enums with constructor, inheritance, and the enum classes. So thanks for watching this lecture. See you in next lecture.